Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Exploit Security. As always, I am your host, Scott. And today we are going to be jumping right back into Over-the-Wire Leviathan. So in the last video, we made our way from level 4 to 5, and today we are going to be stepping into level 5. So if you haven't seen the previous Leviathan videos, those are posted on my channel. Make sure to check those out. I also have some really good content for other challenges on Over-the-Wire, which is Over-the-Wire Bandit. I did that one years ago. Not sure if they're still the same, so if you're working your way through and you find out that they've done an update on the levels, let me know and I can do an update on the videos as well. And then there's also Over-the-Wire Nodus. So Over-the-Wire Nodus is going to be web application based, whereas Bandit is going to be very similar to Leviathan. I would say, based off what we've seen so far, it was a little bit easier, but let me know what you think in the comments section below. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into it and see what we can figure out. So like I said, most of these levels, they tend to be very well siloed. So everything you need is typically within that home directory or the current working directory. And we can see right off the bat that we are getting a binary. So let's just go ahead and run it and see what happens. And it looks like it's looking for a file or inside the temp directory, which is file.log. So we can do, just to see it a little better, we can go ls temp and we get a permission denied. Try that. Cool. So we have a permission denied in there, which is interesting. Let's see if we can just do a cat. And it's not going to be there, but it never hurts to just show no such file or directory. So again, let's go ahead and just run ltrace. It's something that we've done in the previous videos. It is a Linux-based utility that allows you to see kind of those library calls. So we will run it again. And then it looks like it is using fopen, which is just a standard C library. So let's try to do a symlink again. So we know in all of the previous videos and on all the previous challenges that the password file for Leviathan is within the etc directory, Leviathan _ pass subdirectory, and then the name of the file or the name of the password file is usually the current level. So Leviathan 5 for the password for Leviathan 5, 6, and so on and so forth. So we can probably try to do a symlink. We've done that in a previous video before. And basically it is just, you can think of it as a redirect. It's pointing to another location. And we saw that that was really helpful for, I think it was 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, which took us quite a while to work our way through. But we can just try to see if we can do the same and see what happens. So we know that the file.log does not exist. So we're just going to do a symlink to that. And we can do a symlink by just doing ln tac-s. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to point at the Leviathan 6. We're on Leviathan 5 currently. It's 6 we're trying to get to. So we need that password for 6, which is in that file. So we can just point to that file. Hopefully I can spell this right. And now we're going to point it, since we do know that this binary is calling to that file.log. And it is owned by Leviathan 6. We're hoping that this is going to work since it is going to have all the necessary permissions. So let's give it a shot. And we are going to add it. Oops. There we go. So basically we're creating a symlink that is going to link the Leviathan 6 password file to that non-existing temp file.log. We're going to hit that. Now, what it should do is we can try to cat it, but we're not going to have permission for it. permission denied. We can see that when we tried to look inside the temp directory. So now we should be able to just run the binary, and it is going to, since it has that reference, it is going to look inside Leviathan 6. And since we created the file.log with the symlink, it is hopefully going to drop the password into file.log. And let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and run it. And there we go. We look what we believe is the password. So let's just go ahead and test it to make sure, so I'm not ending the video too prematurely. I'm just going to exit out. I don't really want to have to type everything out, and I like to just kind of do a clean exit. I'm going to remove that 5 with 6. I'm going to remove the 5 and replace it with Leviathan 6 for the username, which is also the corresponding level. Hit enter, and we'll go ahead and paste in that printout that we got. And there you have it. So that looks like it was the credential for Leviathan 6. So again, if you haven't seen the previous videos, we played around with Symlink a little bit. I want to say it was level 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. So definitely check that out. It was a little bit more complicated. It took me quite a bit of time to solve or just kind of figure out logically in my head. It definitely threw me for a loop and pointed to some of my areas where I kind of fallen out of practice with. So check out those videos, really good content there as well. Other than that, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if there's any questions you have or any other CTF challenges that you want to see, let me know in the comments section below. I will do the best that I can to answer them or start producing that content as quickly as possible in between having to work. Other than that, I will catch you in the next video. Later, everyone.